Hi, I'm Sheila Corona. Welcome to another edition of The Knowledge Vault, where we read books that we're allowed to, first of all, and that I am nudged to read, record in my voice and share. So this is Handbook for the New Paradigm, volumes 1, 2, and 3. We are in volume 2, which is subtitled Embracing the Rainbow. And we are, if you're following along in the book, on page 214 at session number 28. And it begins, it is through the probabilities of acceptance of the material contained in these messages that the focus of the change in mass consciousness is focused. The new paradigm of human experience is based upon a multifaceted campaign to assist mankind to bring about the much needed completion of this phase of experience. Now, I find that quite interesting because before I ever found anything about this channeling or anything else, I have been saying that power over others is no longer supported on this planet. That's the feeling I have. It's what I'm being shown out in the public. Yes, it is still going on. I'm not saying that it's not there. But again, with the whole thing of allowance, you have to see that there are those who are attracting these sorts of things, right? And that it's just no longer supported for either of those situations, right? And so that's what this is speaking to here about assisting mankind to bring about the much needed completion of this phase of experience. If indeed what is called reincarnation is true, and if the Aboriginal tribe in Australia can request to be reincarnated on another planet, why isn't it possible for the genetically corrected portion of the transplanted segment of humanity do this? The answer lies in the degree of knowledge lived into wisdom. Those particular people are well aware of their connection to creation and have learned to live in harmony with nature. They are watching their young people being seduced by modern technology, what they consider beliefs not lived into wisdom, and see their progress earned slipping away. Their beliefs and what is judged as a meager existence in the judgment of modern societies is to them wholeness and abundance lived in peace and harmony. It is a matter of perspective. Oh my gosh, I always say that. The point is where within quote religion driven societies is progress in applying the basic universal laws. Where is harmony with nature and living in peace with one another in the modern technological society? Is it possible to ever learn those lessons within the focus of the centuries upon centuries of ongoing genetic and learned behavior? Does not appear so to those charged with the task of observing the process. So again, your brothers and sisters offering helping hands, for they truly care about you and desire to see you return to the family of evolving humanity. It is truly said of mankind on earth, if something doesn't work, they just seem to do more of it. Now that's kind of interesting too, and again, partly because of what has come into my field of late in regards to diverging timelines. And there's been something interesting come into my field, and we're going to be talking about it, I suspect, on a conscious conversation. I hope, very, very soon. And it's striking me how this is very interesting that this come up here, right? Indeed, it is true that there are some of you, what you call aliens, that are, it is indeed true that there are some of what you call aliens that are instigating your situation and fully cooperating with the dark planners on your planet. But they are closely related to the basic group of planners also through genetic addition. Is Earth the only planet out of balance? No. As it has been mentioned before, this segment of creation, this galaxy that is the realm of focus included in these messages, experiences the expansiveness of the creative flow through the energetics of positive and negative experiences. Like disease in your bodies, a level of great imbalance can spread, and thus a cure is sought. In the case of Earth, surgery is not the recommended cure. It is preferred that the holistic method of changing thoughts, attitudes, and opinions create a renewal and a new paradigm of experience. This would allow mankind to rejoin the creative flow through transcending this experience rather than stubbornly continuing on the wheel of repetition until they do complete the transition individually and collectively farther down the sequential time frame. The situation on this planet, as confusing as it is to comprehend, is as it is. It is important to grasp the reality and the seriousness of the consequences of its continuation. But the focus of importance is on creating the change. It will not be found through continued observation of the imbalance. But, and that's a huge statement right there for a lot of people who are really engaged in continuing to observe the imbalance. Religiously so, and getting worked up about it. That's another thing, right? But in placing the focus on what is desired to replace it, that's where your my focus is going to be, has been, is being pulled to. There is no other way to move through it and into what is desired. Again, it is important to stress the need to accept that the belief systems now present within the mass awareness of the planet have not led humanity out of its dilemma. These have mired it more deeply than ever in the situation, now leading to the lowest ebb of this human experience. If it hasn't worked in the past and it doesn't work now, then it is time to accept that, open the belief system to different ideas, and ponder their truth, rather than reject them without consideration. When enough are reached and the truth of the above analysis is accepted, then the spread of the change out of victim consciousness will begin in earnest. And I, for one, again, this was published in 2018, so these are older than that, much older in some of their cases. And I can say I see this all over the place, that people are getting themselves out of that state of victim consciousness, or at least some, not all by any stretch of the imagination, but more and more, right? At a particular exponential rate, the mass consciousness will accept this understanding, and at that point, the simple bare bones outline of the project will be advanced. The pivotal point is reached when the critical group in this focused thought is in harmony with the surrounding galactic environment, when it conforms to and within the universal laws and becomes the intent of humanity. It is then that the victory is won. The victors will write the new scenario, and on request, advice is available to accomplish the manifestation of the new experience. Again, free will is the controlling factor. The advisors have available technology that surpasses any that is present on Earth. These can and will be shared, and abundant life will not mean tramping barefoot in the desert unless the victors steadfastly choose that scenario. If mankind chooses to stubbornly remain within the present belief system and continue the current scenario, tramping barefoot in the desert will seem abundant indeed. Is the above meant as a threat? No, indeed. Simply how it is. And that's the end of number 28. Now, again, I want to say to everyone, keep in mind every channeling comes through an experiential filter, right? It can be no other way. So I can feel the experiential filter in this, but I do also see the puzzle pieces and the overall meaning these beings wish to convey. I will be right back with, it should be. I need to stop saying that. Next up will be session number 29. I hope you will join me here on the Knowledge Vault. Also join me on Conscious Conversation Central on Rumble and New Light Streaming Love here on YouTube, Instagram, on Twitter, we're New Light Team, I believe, and Rumble. Where else? We're just all over the. Oh, yes. New Light Streaming Love is on Spotify. So I hope you'll join us there as well. I don't know. I kind of feel interesting to be on Spotify. I don't know. That's a new feeling. I got to be honest with you. Okay, till next time. I hope that you will move in every moment that presents itself to you towards joy. Whatever draws you is for you. Mwah. Be well, my friends.